So welcome everybody, Philip Wade here from North Yorkshire in England. Welcome to this live stream. I'm just going to put my little banner up here, so if you just bear with me a second, and I'll do that. Where are we? There we go. So that's the title of the stream, The Essence of Meditation. And this is the third time I've done this stream. I've done some on Insight Timer. So it'll be a bit different if you have watched those, but the essence of it is the same. So I'll develop that even further on tonight's stream. We're going to go on a bit of a journey. I'm going to offer you some insights about meditation. We'll do some awareness exercises, and we'll do a recognizing awareness exercise as well. I'll talk about the infinite silence and spheres of light meditation. We'll have a full guided infinite silence meditation as part of that. And then we'll have some opportunity for any experiences you want to share, any questions you've got, whether it's about meditation, about your spiritual journey, and so forth. So we've got quite a bit of time together, a couple of hours, so we'll see how we get on with that process. Thank you for joining us. I can see a few more people have joined us. So Jolene, Maria, and Annalise as well. And I can see there's quite a lot of others. So if you want to say hello, you can do in the chat. Patricia's joined us as well. And Ken. Ken's with us. Thank you very much, Ken, from Florida. I'll say more about Ken later, but I'm delighted he's been able to join us because Ken is the chief executive of the Institute for Global Transformation, and I'll be doing an event with them on the 31st of July. That's in just over a week or so's time. In fact, a couple of weeks' time almost. So look out for that because we'll be posting links for that event, which is free to join. I know it's on the 31st, and that's at 8 p.m. UK time. So thanks to Ken for joining us, and I can see Tara's joined us and Alex has joined us as well. So thank you for saying hello, everybody. Let's get started. So having shared the message of self-realization for over a decade now, depending on where I measure it from, really. Rosemary, welcome to you as well. So having shared it for over a decade now, 13 years if I measure it from the spheres of light phase, and over a decade for the infinite silence bit. What's become clear to me over that time, many things, but is that really people haven't got a full understanding of what meditation is. And there's quite a lot of confusion around it. So the purpose of the stream is to try and crystallize that and simplify the whole thing for you, and to make the meditation practice effective. So if I start by saying this is very, very simple. The essence of meditation is awareness. The essence of meditation is awareness. That's it. That also turns out to be the essence of self-realization. So that means that true meditation and self-realization are one indivisible whole. Now, when I say awareness, the mind is likely to immediately go to our personal ideas of awareness, and that's not what I mean. This awareness that I speak of is beyond the personal. Another term that I use for it regularly is infinite silence, and I'll use the terms infinite silence and awareness interchangeably in sharing about self-realization, the awareness of infinite silence, if you like. And this is the essence of meditation. All the other things around meditation, tools, techniques, and so forth that people put into it are really only tools. They're not really meditation in its purest sense of the word. They're not wrong. They can be helpful. The tools are like bridges that will take you to the space that is beyond practice. We start meditation as a practice, something that you sit down and formally do, but the practice ends as a realization, and that's self-realization, the realization of the infinite silence, the infinite awareness, the infinite consciousness that you truly are. This doesn't mean, by the way, that as that realization flowers, one doesn't still formally sit down and meditate. Actually, you'll feel that call still anyway. But what it does mean is that one can become, or realize, in fact, that one is a living meditation. That's what you are, a living meditation. A living meditation. And this body-mind experience that you have, it's like a car. You might have a car, but you're not your car. And the body-mind experience is a vehicle of this infinite silence, this infinite awareness, or infinite consciousness. And it's that awareness that I'm speaking of, the awareness of infinite silence, is the power that drives the whole of the beingness that you have in experience, the physical form, and it forms what I'll refer to as a triality of consciousness, which is infinite silence, infinite awareness. In my terms, something called spheres of light at this point of the triangle, and then the physical form at the other point of the triangle, your body. The physical domain in its totality. I'll say more about the spheres of light bit in a bit. But crucial to remember this one thing: the essence of meditation is awareness, non-personal awareness, the awareness of infinite silence. That's all. It is profoundly simple. It really is that simple, folks. And it's not a case of you needing to believe me on this. As it is realized, it will become what I call true self-evident. True self-evident. So what I'd like to do next, having put those key insights in place, is just a little exercise. There are 3 questions that I'll ask here. And to help you, you might just want to close your eyes for these. Now, there isn't a right and a wrong answer to these, and there's no one that's better than the other. So just go with whatever of the 3 options that feels most resonant for you, and be honest about this for yourself. You don't need to share it in the comments or anything like that. You can keep this to yourself. This is for your benefit. So there's 3 questions, and you just select the option of those 3 that feels like, yeah, that seems to be my experience at the moment. Which one of those is resonant for you? As I say, there's no one better. It's not a trick question in a, to try and get you fooled or anything like that. It's to help guide you. So go with the one that feels most relevant to your experience right now. So if you want to close your eyes, you can do it. It'll just help you focus. So here's the first question. Does it feel to you that you're always aware? Does it feel to you that you're always aware? So these are yes or no answers for you. So first one, does it feel to you that you're always aware? Second option, does it feel that you're sometimes aware and sometimes not? Does it feel that you're sometimes aware and sometimes not? So again, yes or no to that. And third option, does it feel to you that you're not aware? Does it feel to you that you're not aware? So whichever one of those you selected that's most present in your experience now, you were right. Now let's take this a little bit further. If you selected, I'm always aware, that's true because your essence is awareness. But who or what was the one that was aware of that choice? Who or what was the one that was aware of that choice? Second option, if it felt, well, sometimes it feels like I'm aware and sometimes it's not, then that's certainly a living experience. But the key question here, again, is the same as the first one. Who or what was aware of that back and forth sense that you have? Of sometimes feeling aware and sometimes not. Who or what was aware of that? I'll come to that, exploring that further. And then the third option, if you said, oh, well, I'm not aware, feels like I'm lost in suffering, lost in my mind, etc. That's okay. But the question is the same. Who or what was aware of that choice, that experience? The answer to all those questions, my friends, whether it was options 1, 2, or 3, is that it was awareness that was aware. In the second two in particular, it was mind that was making the choice. Oh, it feels like sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not. Or it feels like I'm not aware. But the truth of the matter is, awareness was aware of all of the options, all of the choices, irrespective of what mind was thinking or believing about it. And so it shows that actually awareness is always here. No matter what's going on, what noise is going on in the mind, what emotions are coming up like waves or tsunamis, awareness is aware of them. Awareness is aware of them. And the key thing to understand here, to embrace here, is that you can never not be aware. You can never not be aware. You can have the experience of feeling like you're not aware because you believe that you're not aware. But even awareness is aware of that. The awareness can see the journey of getting lost in the train of thought or lost in emotions, or lost in other forms of suffering. And it would be able to report that journey, even as that emotion or other phenomena came to an end. It would be able to report it all. So awareness must have been watching it all along, even through the depth of a release of a major emotion, for instance. Awareness was watching. Let me just have a quick look at a couple of the comments here just to make sure if there's nothing. Okay, so one or two people have shared their experiences there. The final one from Pam there. The thinker is not who you are. We believe ourselves to be, or we can believe ourselves to be our thoughts and to be the thinker. But actually, there's a presence that's aware of the process of thinking happening. And so you can't be the thinker. You cannot at the same time be the thinker, the emotion, I am sad, happy, angry, whatever, distressed, the breath, other physical phenomena that you're aware of. It has to be awareness that's the watcher of all of those, like they're all appearing on a TV screen in front of awareness. And awareness is aware of them all of them. Yes, Pam, thus the quotes. So, awareness is aware of them all. And here's another key question now. Is that which is aware, the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the sensations, the breath, affected in any way by the phenomena? Is that which is aware of the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations, the emotions, the breath, the physical sensations, is it affected in any way by the phenomena? Just close your eyes and be with that for a moment. This is not something for you to think about or analyze. The answer, as Maria has already shared, is no, it's not. It's not affected. No matter what is happening, even a tsunami of emotion, it's not affected. Never affected, even if it doesn't feel like your experience. It is never affected. And this realization, experientially, is the essence of meditation and the essence of self-realization. They are one and the same. This awareness, this non-personal awareness, is always here and always unaffected, always untouched, unblemished, unmoved by whatever phenomena appear within its field of awareness. So the question for you, Pam, when you're saying there, if I'll put that up on screen, if my ego permits and sometimes it does. The question key here, Pam, is who or what is aware of the process of permission? Who or what is aware of the process of permission? Who or what is aware of the ego mind getting involved? The answer to that has to be, again, awareness. So it sees what the mind is up to. It has no problem with it. The experience of identifying with it, or catching the train of thought, as I like to call it, will give you the experience of going off to many stations, but none of them are your truth. But all of that is being watched neutrally, silently, effortlessly, by awareness. And even if this doesn't make sense yet to you, Pam, or others, don't worry. We're here on this stream tonight to go on a journey and to explore this further. So thank you for being open with sharing that, because it gives me the opportunity to offer insight. So awareness is always here. It's your very essence. It's also known as infinite silence or infinite consciousness. And it's this that's realized in self-realization. And it's this that's key to effective meditation. This one recognition that awareness is always here and it's always unaffected. And it's the association with that, the watcher, the aware one, that will deepen your meditation to the point it becomes a realization. Like this. Like this. So now we'll go to another little exercise, unless anybody's got any questions on that. We'll go to another little exercise. So if you want to close your eyes, and what I'm going to do is in a little exercise. Oh, can you just tell me if you can hear the Tingsha bells? If somebody could put yes if they can hear the Tingsha bells. I'm hoping that you can. Nobody's responded yet. You can. Good. Okay. Excellent. So people can hear them. Good. They've all come through at once. Okay. So if you want to close your eyes now, thank you for that, folks. I have a setting on Zoom where I can cut out the background sounds, and I wasn't sure if that applied to StreamYard. So let's go to the exercise and just close your eyes. So just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, just simply, silently Notice the phenomena that are here. Whether it be sensations in your body, the breath, maybe there's feelings, emotions, maybe there's thoughts there too. But just simply, silently, and non-judgmentally accept them all. Without any judgment. Just like you're watching a movie from the inside. Accepting you're the one that is the watcher. And these phenomena are just appearing on a movie screen in front of you. And as you silently watch, I'm going to ring the tin jar bells quite loud. I may do this a few times. And just watch. Be aware of what happens. So just remaining aware. Let's just look at what unfolded there. First, you were invited to simply notice all the phenomena going on in your body and accept them non-judgmentally. And as I mentioned each one, you might have noticed breath, a feeling, an emotion, a thought, a physical sensation. And all of them, there was an awareness of them. And if you were able to not judge them, they were just there, appearing and being noticed. Awareness was aware of them. And then I rang the tingsha bells 3 times. And the sound tinged and reached a crescendo, and of its own accord, it simply and silently faded to silence. like this, like a wave. The sound appeared, reached a peak of intensity, and faded to silence. Now, likely you weren't that fussed about that. It was just seen, happening. No more input at my end was put into the Tingsha bells, and the sound faded. Now, the reason that's very important is because the same will happen with the phenomena in your body, particularly thoughts. If one is simply silently aware of that phenomena, that vibration happening, the thought vibration, without engaging with it and just noticing it, without any effort on your part, the mind, what you call the mind, will still become quiet. You're not putting any more input into them. And that will take you to a silent space and a deeper meditation than you've ever experienced. Just that. Just that. Just the acceptance that you're the watcher. A thought appears, it fades and dissolves. Actually, all the other phenomena, feelings, emotions, sensations, will also quieten down, still. The breath will become deeper and greater pauses between breaths. The emotion, the tsunami, as intense as it might be, will fade and dissolve. Just by the association, the acceptance that you're the aware watcher. This, again, is the essence of meditation and the essence of self-realization. I'm going to put this comment on here from Pam and just offer a bit of insight on it. So she's saying thoughts naturally lessen intensity. Silence silences the thoughts. That's pretty much it. Since you are the silent awareness, always have been that, always will be that, and this is what's realized. The more that you associate with that as the watcher, then just like these tingsha bells, which I'm going to ting again now, just silently aware, they fade to silence. Thoughts will do the same. They're just a vibration being watched by awareness. What we typically do in life is this. That was quite noisy, deliberately. And that's representing you engaging or catching the train of thought. Whereas if you simply remain as the witness to them, they will return to silence. They have no choice because you're not putting energy, the energy of belief, into them. All making sense, folks. Just resting as awareness, the silent awareness or the awareness of silence, everything will still. This will deepen your meditation practice until it becomes a realization. Thank you for that, Stefan. I'm not going to be doing any more bell ringing, I don't think, but if I do, I'll put them closer to the mic. I'm spending a lot of time on this because this is crucial. This is crucial to the whole process of self-realization, the whole process of meditation. So there's a couple of questions come up there, and I want to go to Pam's first, and then I'll come back to Tom's. How do you remain silent in Tor when when you're out in a noisy world? Awareness is always here, Pam. If you engage with, believe in all of the noise, then you will have the experience of it being noisy. If you trust totally, utterly that you are the awareness, and you are, then it can be as noisy as it likes, but the silence just witnesses. It's not a doing. It's not a doing. It's simply silently aware. It's not something that you have to do. It is something, no thing. It is that which you are, this silent awareness. All making sense. I'll come back to this question came up last time, so I'll address it again from Tom there. Somebody else the same question on the last live stream, as I recall. So actually, we need to understand or see that there's a misunderstanding in the question. It says, are you realized, Philip? Now, what's key about self-realization, it isn't a person that becomes realized. That which you truly are, your essence, is non-personal awareness. And that and only that, and that and only that recognizes itself. What happens in that process is that the belief that all I am is the body-mind gets dissolved. And so the experience of the form of Philip is here, but there's a knowing, a realization that one always has been, always will be, the infinite silence, the infinite awareness. And the personhood, the body-mind experience of Philip, is an expression of that. And that's very important because it gifts itself to come, the opportunity to come to know itself in its own experience. So yes, that realization has flowered, but it's not personal. And as it's flowered and integrated, which is very important, along with the dissolution of the emotional, or sometimes known as the pain body, then that awareness will be constant. It will not go anywhere. If you want to explore that more fully, Tom, Ben might be able to find the video on my YouTube channel. There's one that's about 8 minutes, and I think it's called A Realization or something like that. It's in the shorter videos section 365 Alive, where I talk about, well, that question was asked many times on one stream, so I answered that more fully than I have just done now. So there's a video on my YouTube channel that explains that. There's also, and you might want to watch this, for those of you who haven't seen it, Tom, I was recently interviewed on a channel called Buddha at the Gas Pump, a YouTube channel called Buddha at the Gas Pump. I'm sure Ben would probably be able to find the link to that quite quickly. The other one might be a little bit harder to find. All right, okay, so it looks like Ben's found the first video, which is the A Realization one. So that's the link to there. That's about an 8-minute video. But there's also an interview on Buddha at the Gas Pump, which took place in May, and that will give you a fuller answer to your question. Let me see. Right, hang on. I have never been able to reach that point. Need to be aware of your co-silencing when noise around. Is noise. Now, here's the thing, Pam, just to reiterate something I just said. The identity I will never do that. The identity I will never do that. What will be seen and realized is that the identity I is like an illusion. It doesn't mean your body-mind experience is not here, but it'll be seen that actually you have always been this infinite silence, this infinite awareness, and that the body-mind experience is an appearance within front of that. So it's not about the person Pam becoming self-realized. It's about realizing that one is the awareness, and Pam is an appearance within that. So while people talk about realized beings, it's actually a loose, that's loose language, for it is only the awareness that recognizes itself as awareness. And yes, it can flower in a specific form, but the form is not the awareness. It's an appearance within the awareness, like a car. Right, okay. What's Ken saying? There is a dynamic among various parts of our being, such that our human experience also informs the dynamic balance between our persona, higher self, and awareness. It's true, the absolute, which is the infinite silence, and the relative are not separate things. We might say the absolute gives birth to the relative, and it's all, as far as the absolute's perspective, here now. And it's through that process of the relative experience, the human experience, being enfolded within the infinite, that gifts the vehicle of experience. So yes, there is an ongoing dynamic, but it's not the persona or the person that comes to the realization. The persona is simply an appearance within awareness. The reference here to higher self is something to be wary of, Ken. It's a term that's commonly used, but I would invite you and everybody to drop the hierarchy. To drop the hierarchy. That which you truly are, always have been, and always will be, is this infinite silence, this infinite awareness. And the experience, the body-mind experience of Ken, Tom, Pam, is simply a vehicle through which that chooses to come to know itself in its own experience. So we can drop the hierarchy. We are already this. It's a matter of coming to this realization. It's a matter of coming to this realization. I want to go back to the second part of Ken's there. Exactly this. So as such, our human experience aren't to be discounted, but realized as part of that, all that is awareness. This is a very important point. I wrote a post about this the other day on LinkedIn, because as the absolute domain is realized, one of the traps is to go into this dismissing, essentially, of the whole human experience, including things like emotions, feelings, sensations, and so forth. And that is missing the point. It's a trap. It's actually a trap that can lead to more trauma and more suffering. One can embrace the realization that one is the infinite silence, infinite awareness, infinite consciousness, yet still allow the beauty of this body-mind experience to be here and embrace it. And in that way, the universe is expressing itself beautifully and unfiltered in your form. So this is a very important point. So thanks for sharing that, Ken. Just to answer your question briefly, Tom, and have a look at the video I mentioned, the Buddha at the gas pump video. What I would say to you is that the realization can flower, but it takes time usually for it to be integrated. Indeed, one could even say it takes a lifetime to integrate. A lifetime to integrate. So I don't know whether I think that link that Ben has posted under my name, I'm thinking that's the 8-minute video. And there's also that Buddha at the gas pump interview can be found on my channel, but it can also be found on Rick Archer's channel, Buddha at the gas pump. So something Pam's saying here, this is also helpful and it's true. And that's because nature is that way. It is birthed directly off the silence. And plants and trees, unlike us humans, don't question who they are. Looks like, yeah, Ben has posted the Buddha at the gas pump here interview. So that comment there, if you're on YouTube, I've just realized the people on Facebook won't be able to see that. So I'm just trying to think if I can get that somewhere. No, I can't copy it for some reason. Anyway, search Buddha at the gas pump, Philip Wade, and you'll find it. Pam's okay with the answer there. Let's go. Okay. Jolene's going to add it to Facebook. So good. Thank you for that, Jolene. Right. Let me just see where we're up to now. I want to whiz through these questions because I want to kind of move on a little bit. Let's just see. Form is not the awareness, correct? Okay, what's Ken saying? Totally get the point being no hierarchy. Please see the follow-up comment I made above. I agree, and this is an important and beautiful point. Good. I'm glad that you added the follow-up comment, which I did pick up on, Ken, as you will have seen by now. So, what does flower mean? I mean, it's realized. It's just a term for flowering. The reason I use the term flowering of the realization is that it's often associated in some traditions with the lotus, the flowering of the lotus. Self-realization is often likened to the flowering of a lotus flower. And there's a phrase, probably in Buddhism somewhere, that says, no mud, no lotus. The lotus rises up through the mud and flowers. That's why I use the term flowering. Yes, Blossom, it is life-changing. Okay. Right, so Jolene has shared the links on Facebook now. Okay, so that was quite a lot of questions there, but thank you for sharing your experiences, folks. What I'd like to do now to deepen this a bit further is remembering that the essence of meditation is awareness or infinite silence, and it's not personal. And it's not personal. Here's a metaphor that I use. Some of you have seen this 10, 20, 30 times. It doesn't really matter. If you're new to it, great. Because you're always going to hear more, and until this is experientially realized, it's not fully understood. But this metaphor is a good, I'm just going to take that banner off for a second so you can see it more fully. The fiber optic lamp. It's a very good metaphor for self-realization and meditation. You can see at the end here some points of light. And if we treat that as your body-mind experience, all the other points of light are therefore the other people in the world, and there's 8 billion of those at the moment, and that's just the people. And basically all those other people appear to be separate from you. And so we experience a sense of physical separation, and we spend our time looking out into the world. And that belief in separation from our essence is the root of all suffering. The meditative journey, the self-realization journey, is like a turning point. In this case, in this physical metaphor, we turn around and look down the fiber optic, and we see at the base of the lamp here that actually it turns out that all of these points of light have come from one source. One source. I call this source spheres or spheres of light. Spheres because it's multidimensional, multifaceted in its nature. Multidimensional. And this also represents the pure state I am. Pure being. Now, this I is not a personal I. This is a common mistake. It's an infinite I. I, infinite I, am. Pure being. In the East, in India, it's referred to as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha, the golden egg of creation, the golden womb of creation. Hiranyagarbha, spheres of light, pure state I am, all the same. It's a very creative energy. Now, most people stop at this point. However, that's not quite it. What is it that drives or provides the power to this? In the physical metaphor, it's the battery at the base here. In universal terms, this is not limited to the base. The power, the awareness, the non-personal awareness or infinite silence is everywhere and nowhere in particular. It is the power that drives spheres of light, the pure state I am, or Hiranyagarbha, that gives birth to the form, the physical form. And that's the triality of consciousness. Infinite silence or awareness, spheres of light, form. The three in one. You'll see this in many spiritual traditions. The essence of meditation is this bit that's actually everywhere. It's aware of all of the phenomena, including beingness, pure I am, infinite I am, and form. It's aware of everything appearing within it. The meditative journey, physically here, is like looking down, recognizing this, and then recognizing that there's actually even this pure state I am can be seen or witnessed from the infinite silence. That is meditation, that's self-realization. Now, there's two key meditations I use, and they have different versions or different lengths and so forth, but really, the first one, which is referred to as the spheres meditation, or spheres of light. There's actually a video on my YouTube channel, which I'm going to ask Ben if he can find the link to. He's on my YouTube channel, so it'll come up as my name. It's the one that you filmed, Ben, and it's the one that's on the homepage of my website, that 23-minute video where we're doing the Q&A. That one. On the homepage of my website, there's a video that explains in greater depth that particular meditation. This spheres meditation, the first part of the infinite silence meditation, is very simple. Its purest form, and we'll come to that in a minute, that came to me back in 2011, is simply this. Be open from your heart to the experience. Be open from your heart to connect with the spheres. Be open from your heart to the connection with the spheres or spheres of light. We can have a go at that in a minute or two. That is the simplest version. Sometimes I add other guidance in to help people, but the purest form of that meditation is that. And there's a link there that Ben's now put to that 23-minute video where I explain the background to that and the background to meditation, the subject of this live stream, in short form. Have a watch of that, folks. The simplest version of the infinite silence meditation, the complete meditation, of which the spheres of light bit is the first part, one can go directly to being open from your heart to the experience of infinite silence. To the experience of infinite silence. Now, I actually include typically a lot more guidance on that, and I'll do that tonight as well. But the simplest versions of those two are that. And if you're up for it, without any further guidance, now we'll do, if you like, maybe up to 5-minute version of that spheres of light meditation. Who wants to try that? So we'll have a go on that. I'm not going to be giving you any other guidance other than what I've just said. And as you close your eyes, I don't want you to try and visualize anything. Don't want you to try and do anything, see anything. Just let that be there. So there'll be literally that one line of guidance. And we'll keep our eyes closed and silent for a few minutes. And I'm going to put a banner up on the screen for those who might be joining partway through that, just so people know what's going on. So let me just find that banner. So if you're good to go, folks, letting everything that we've said just be here in awareness, and simply, silently close your eyes. And just be open from your heart to connect with the energy of the spheres, or spheres of light. Good. To just simply, silently aware. If anybody wants to share anything from that, just gently opening your eyes, aware of your body, aware of the space. That is the simplest, shortest version of the spheres or spheres of light meditation. And there's a full explanation of that, and really a summary of this stream on the homepage of my website. This meditation acts as an energetic bridge to the self-realization. And that's why it was revealed first back in 2011. Blossom says she laughed out loud for no reason, feeling the I amness. Laughter's a good response. It's arising as an expression of the silence, a recognition of something which is deeper. And this feeling of the I amness, going back to what I was saying earlier, because it's a feeling and therefore can be observed, and as pure as it is, and it is pure, and non-personal I amness, or Hiranyagarbha, or spheres of light, it is seen by awareness. So it's the bridge to silence, and it's also the bridge to the creation of experience. It's a powerful creative energy. So thanks for sharing that, Blossom. Floating, feeling again lightness, felt the presence of the group here. Beautiful. So again, the question, going back to what we said earlier, as beautiful as that floating feeling is and the lightness, that also can be seen. That also can be seen and recognized by awareness. See where I'm going with this, folks? So again, it's a bridge to silence, and it's also a bridge to create experience. Just whizzing through the comments here. I won't comment on each single one. Exactly, Rosemary. It is central to our own essence. It's a very, very pure energy, the energy of spheres of light. We are clearly in our human form. We might use the words love, peace, grace, joy, all for no reason. Just notice the stream there. Oh, what's going on? Mm. 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 Right. Okay, folks, we appear to have, I've just restarted the computer and I'm hoping the stream is still operating. If you're still here, well done. For some reason, the computer just froze. So I'm going to go back to where we were, which was okay. So I was here with Katie's comment. So what I said before the screen froze was that the mind will rev up as you get closer to this experience. The reason that happens is like trying to make a fight back. And so that fight back is also a phenomena that can be witnessed and dissolved. So just notice that intensity there. Trust that you are the awareness, and that will also simply fade away. The revving up of the mind. The revving up of the mind. Moving on, I'm hoping you can all hear me now. Good. Okay, yes, we're back. Everybody can say that. Let me go back to the next comment. So Tom said, I noticed that thoughts come and did some mental work to accept them, yet also at times was already there. Other times I put my hands on the heart. You don't really need to do any mental work, Tom. Just notice, recognize, accept that you're the one that is aware of whatever phenomena is happening here. There's nothing you need to do. Just trust awareness. Just trust awareness. I'm going to whiz through these quite quickly. The allowing felt need at times of mental encouragement, such as saying heart opening and trusting. Again, Tom, it's not wrong what you're doing there, but the more that you try to engage mental processes, the more that you're taking yourself away from awareness. So just remain silent and just observe. Just remain silent and just observe. Short answer to that, Stefan, no, it just froze whilst I was talking. I have no idea. It's never happened before, and I've done hundreds of streams. So why that happened, I couldn't tell you. But I managed to restart the computer once Ben let me know that you couldn't hear me. So Ken says, as you mentioned earlier, Philip, these fundamental truths you're sharing are found in many traditions throughout human history, sometimes also referred to as the ancient wisdom or the wisdom. It's true. And the interesting thing about is this from my own journey. If you listen to the Buddha at the gas pump interview, and I know Ken has several times, is that actually I was not schooled in any of these traditions. And all of that I'm sharing with you came through direct realization and experience. What this tells you is that this wisdom is already here and we can all tap into it. It doesn't come from learning, it comes from realization. This is a very important point. You won't learn truth, you will only ultimately realize it. And when people have an aha moment or a seeing, it's because it was already known inside. So that is the response to this, Tom, is as before, just rest as awareness. Oh, okay, we've already seen that one. Yeah, okay, that's all for the frozen comments. The silence dissolved me. Perhaps it did. Anyway, all is well. A few funny little comments here now. Indeed, it has. Indeed, it has. Thanks, and indeed, thank you for your patience. I had to restart the computer. So this, Tara's comments here is important. It's a perfect experience, because what it allowed you to do is to be witness to that, to rest in silence, just accept what's here. Just accept what's here. Just accept what's here. The awareness has no problem with it. Just quickly whizzing through the rest of the experiences. I also got some cracking of my spine vertebra. It feels healing. Good. There are many phenomena that may happen. Something triggered the airplane mode on my phone. It might have been the freezing of the screen here. Who knows? Right. Okay. Embrace the silence. Yes. Witnessing going down. Absolutely. Just whizzing through these, just sharing what everybody's awareness is, observing this silence without judgment. Exactly. Exactly. And was it ultimately really a problem? No. And we'll create an edited version of this anyway, but just shows you can cope with anything. So that's that's the YouTube channel. Ben's posting those. What's Ken saying? Yeah. So I'll come on to that program that Ken's referring to in a little while. Okay, so just see, where are we? So Rosemary's saying, even when strong emotions or thoughts arise, we can notice the silence that is always there, a pure witness to all phenomena. And this is very true, Rosemary. This is very true. And that which Rosemary's sharing there is the essence of what I refer to as transmuting fear into love. All the emotions, everything stored up in your emotional pain body, the root to the dissolution of that is this same awareness. The emotion or thought arises, it's witnessed, you trust the awareness completely, and effortlessly it dissolves. And this is the root to the dissolution of that pain body and the dissolution of the belief in the case of mistaken identity, that all I am is this body-mind. Very simple. So Pam says, how do you feel about breathing into the heart while meditating, or breath work in general? These are tools and techniques, Pam, and it can be helpful to a point, particularly coming into the heart. And I actually did some quantum touch teaching many years ago before the realization cloud, and I know how powerful breath work is from that. But it's a tool, it's a technique, it's not wrong. But at some point, you're going to need to be prepared to drop the tools, drop the techniques, drop the processes, drop the steps, and trust only the silent awareness. So it's a tool to take you beyond the tool. That's what all tools and techniques are. Going through the rest of the comments here. Yes, the aha moments, they happen because the knowing was already there within you. Already there within you. Okay, Pam, that was back on Jolene's page, the, I forget what she calls it now. I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, you know the one I mean, with 500,000 followers on it, that one. We were doing those videos and meditations during lockdown. So I'm glad that you understand that. And thank you for your patience, folks, for the screen freeze. As I say, I've done hundreds of streams and that has never happened before. So that was quite entertaining to try and figure out what had happened, but we're back here. Jolene, oh, peace and love page, that's it. Thank you, Jolene. Okay, so transmuting fear into love. Yeah, good. I'll take that banner off now. Just bear me a second because we're clearly not in meditation at the moment. Oh, we're not in formal meditation anyway. So what we did there, just being your heart-based intention or being open from your heart, it's the same thing, to connect with the spheres or spheres of light. That meditation is profoundly simple and powerful. It will act as an energetic bridge to the realization of the silence. So I used that in the direct experience of Philip here now, when that emerged in 2011, between that point, if you like, and the what I would call the full realization flowering in 2014. That was the bridging vehicle meditation. It's very powerful, very powerful. And that's why I shared that with you tonight. I was going to go on and do for 5 minutes. Maybe we've got time. Maybe we've got time. Yeah, I think we probably have. So let's just have 5 minutes now. The simplest version of the infinite silence meditation is essentially the same. But the intention here, the heart-based intention here, is to be open to the experience of infinite silence. So if you're up for that, we'll give 5 minutes to that, 5 minutes or so of silence, in the same way that we did with the spheres of light. We'll come back and then I want to share a few other things with you. So everybody happy with that? And whilst I'm checking if you're happy, I'm going to go and get me banner again. Yeah, good. So Blossom's saying yes, everybody. Okay, so there's a few yeses. So the process is the same. Simply, silently now, closing your eyes. And just being open from your heart. to the experience of infinite silence. and resting in this, as this, through this infinite silence, infinite awareness. And when the moment is right for you, simply, silently, effortlessly opening your eyes. Namaste. Good. So that is the simplest version of the infinite silence meditation. The spheres of light one, as I mentioned before, is the bridge, the bridging between the physical domain and the domain of silence. Works both ways. The creation of form and back into silence. So you can use that spheres of light meditation anytime, any place, anywhere. There used to be an advert here on the UK. I think it was for Martini, and they used to say anytime, any place, anywhere. Like that with the spheres of light meditation or the spheres meditation. And as I say, if you want to get a little bit more background on that, then watch that video on the homepage of my website. So folks, anything anybody wants to share or ask from that? Ben, if you could release that video now, that would be great. That would be great. So what's Stefan saying? Good, Stefan. Good. Good. Whatever resistance that comes up from the mind, it too is seen, and it will dissolve in silence. Blossom saying, it's interesting observing the thoughts and suddenly vanished silence. And that's exactly what I'm talking about with the Ting Sha bells. That's exactly what I'm talking about with the Ting Sha bells. It will just simply, effortlessly and silently fade. So that's really also the response to your experience there, Stefan, which I'll just quickly go back to. Quickly going through. Excellent. And that's an indication, Tom, that you've deepened into the silence and awareness much more. Katie's saying she feels immense pressure in my forehead and ears. There are all sorts of phenomena, a thick, dense kind of energy, she says. So both of these, as intense or as strong as these phenomena might be, the body, it will make all sorts of adjustments as you deepen into awareness, as you deepen into awareness. So the key is to remain aware and trust the process. Just let the phenomena happen. Don't fight them. Don't judge them. Don't try and analyze them. And they will eventually dissolve. There's many, many different phenomena can happen, and it depends on your own unique journey and how they manifest. But these kinds of things are the things that are coming up to be seen by awareness and then to be dissolved by it. So many phenomena like this can occur, Michelle. The orange glow, orange gold vision, energy field, many such phenomena, bright colors and so forth. Again, don't try and analyze them. They are a representation of energy, an energy shift taking place, but you remain as the silent awareness. We don't need to assign meaning to them. Excellent. Katie thinks she was able to just witness it. Perfect. And what this says to me, Katie, now, as intense or as dense as that was, whatever words you used, it shows you that that awareness, the essence of meditation, the essence of self-realization, remains always unaffected, and you are that. And what that means is that you can trust that completely. It's always unchanging, unmoving, and unblemished. So, folks, the essence of meditation, the essence of self-realization is awareness, the awareness of infinite silence. And your essence is it always. And what we've been on a journey tonight is an opening to recognizing it and experiencing it. We'll create an edited version of this and put that on the YouTube channel as well. But the live stream will be here. And yes, the camera, for whatever reason, froze for 5 minutes or whatever it was tonight. But that shows you something. It shows you something, because all ultimately was well. All ultimately was well, and there was nothing ultimately to worry about. Sorry, I put that one up. So one final thing for me to say before we close. On the 31st of this month, 31st of July, Ken Marks, who's on the stream, he was the chief executive of the Institute for Global Transformation. I've been invited by Ken and their team to do I think it's a Zoom call actually, and you can register on that link there. That's the one on YouTube that Ben's put. I'm going to copy it. Excuse me a second. And put it on there myself. Just bear me a moment. For those of you on Facebook, it's coming up right now. So that is the booking link to join that event. It's free and you can register there. And this will be a 2-hour journey event. It'll be a bit different to tonight. And there'll be people from the Institute for Global Transformation. Anybody who wants to join, who follows this sharing, you're welcome to register and join. And Ben, hopefully, who's on my YouTube channel, all these comments coming up here under my name, has hopefully by now released a 1 minute 11-second trailer video that the IFGT has produced. So after this stream has closed, you'll be able to see that video on my YouTube channel. It is literally 71 seconds, 1 minute, 11 seconds. And the link to book is on the end of the video. And I think if I've done this correctly, I've put it in the description of the video to register. So you're really welcome to join that event. It's one of a series of events that the Institute for Global Transformation are doing. And I'm guiding that one, and Ken will be both the moderator and host for that event. So he'll be asking me questions about my journey. You'll be able to ask questions about self-realization. But again, I'll be doing a guided journey. So the booking link is that one on the screen. You'll be able to see that whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, and you can register for that, and it's free. So that's the 31st of July, 8 p.m. UK time, 8 p.m. UK time, which is 5 hours earlier Eastern Coast USA. So that would be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And if it's Pacific, I think that's another 5 hours. Is it another 3 hours? Can't remember what it is anyway. Pacific is 8 hours behind the UK. So that's the 31st, another 2-hour journey. And that'll be with myself and Ken. And this time it's a Zoom call, and so we'll be able to speak to each other. So Rosemary's just sharing her experience there. So thank you for that, Rosemary. Let's have a look quickly going down. What's Ken saying? Yeah, so there you go. That's the Ken will be hosting that event on the 31st. So that's about what, 11 days from now. So that's the YouTube video that Ben's just released on my channel. You'll be able to watch that. It's a trailer to the event on the 31st. So look out for that after we close the stream. Katie's saying, thank you, Philip, for your sessions on Insight Time right on YouTube. They've been such a great daily support for me over the last few months. Thank you, everyone. Much love. Thank you, Katie. I'm glad you could make it tonight. So yeah, there's loads and loads of tracks on Insight Time. There's a full self-realization program on there, freely available. So you can have a look on there. Oh yeah, the program is noon Pacific. That's correct. Yeah. So I think there's quite a few people that have registered. So that's apart from a retreat that I have this weekend, which is the 20th and 21st, which you can still join online if you want to. I think there's a couple of places. Go to my website, then there are places still available to book that. So look on my website for that. If you still want to join, you have still got time to do that. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining. So unless you're coming to the retreat this weekend, I will see you on the call with Ken and the Institute for Global Transformation on the 31st, 8 p.m. UK time, 3 p.m. Eastern USA, 12 p.m. Pacific, and it'll be 9 p.m. in Western Europe. So I think that's pretty much everything from me. As I say, Ben and I will create an edited version of this, but this live stream is available to replay. So you'll just have to skip that 5 or 10 minute gap in the middle if you want to replay this on the channel. But we will create an edited version soon. So that's the retreat for this weekend. That's where you will find it. You can still join online. So you're welcome to do that. Any other questions from anybody? Any questions from anybody? whilst we're just looking for that, I'm going to go and find the closing music. Just bear with me a moment. Oh, there it is. Okay. So any questions or comments from anybody? No. Okay. So I'll say thank you for joining us once again. Namaste, many blessings, wherever you are in the world, USA, Europe, Australia, which is where Blossom is. Wherever you are, thank you for joining. We had a little bit of fun with the technology there, but I think it showed you all something. Awareness is always here. Awareness is the essence of meditation. It is that which you truly are, the awareness of infinite silence. Many blessings. Thank you so much for joining. And I'll leave you with some closing harp. So bear with me a second. Bye, folks. So I'll close the stream in a few moments. So thank you for joining us. See you all soon. Oh, one final thing. This harp music is by my friend Tara Cook, who was on the stream tonight. Bye, folks.